How to be grounded and present. I will explain it to you in this video. Why to be present. Maybe you met with people, it's very, very rare. I only met with a couple of person who you would say that have that presence. You don't quite know, but when you are with them, you feel like you are in this bubble, and these people have like a magnetic feeling. Maybe you were aware of it, maybe you weren't quite, but there is this magnetic thing, and it's because they completely present with you, they completely present with themselves, and they completely present with the present moment, with what's going on. And you know, we are social beings, we pick up that, and because of that we just have this feeling, because people who have an evolved awareness are only be able to be present. In order to understand what groundedness and presence, it's also really useful to understand the opposite of being grounded and present. While being grounded and present, it's being in the moment, being mindful, being in your body, being aware of what's going on right now. Not being grounded and present means that you are up in your head. You have a lot of thinking going on about the situation. Maybe you're about to give a public speech, and because of that you are nervous, or you want to ask out your crush, and you have a lot of thinking, doubts about yourself, or maybe you looking to enter into a new venture and you questioning your skill, you doubting yourself if you're good enough for that, all of these things, and you up in your head. We always have thinking about our problem because that's our story. When you're not grounded and not present, you have a lot of thinking, and because of that, for example, when you speak with people, you ramble. Also, it affects your efficiency. When you have a lot of thinking about stuff, you're not really present with it, therefore you're not the most efficient. There are a series of books called The Inner Game of This, Inner Game of That. The first one was so it's a series. The first was The Inner Game of Tennis, written by Timothy Galway. And he is a coach, and when he was coaching a tennis player and observing tennis player, he noticed that a tennis player might perform exceptionally during the practice, but when they got to the championship, they just screwed up. Somehow they just screwed up. They practice, and they had that bad game, and no one knew what's the reason. But there had to be some kind of reason, and Timothy Galway was seeking out what's really going on. And as he was diving into this, and as he was coaching this tennis player, he realized that what's happening is during practice, this tennis player is present, grounded, and relaxed, and goes through the motion and hits the ball almost every time. But when this tennis player goes to the championship, he now worries about many things, like will he win, obviously? Does he have all the circumstances, the right gear, the right clothing, everything is in order? There were a lot of thinking around succeeding. So the tennis player couldn't be present the moment he would need to perform. Therefore, he was a different person when he were practicing prior and on the championship, and because of that he screwed up. He wasn't present, he wasn't grounded, and because of that he couldn't perform. That made Timothy Galway think, and he realized when the tennis player plays or when the tennis player practices, then he is in his body, he is in the moment, he is present, he is grounded. So it's not as much about the outer game. It's not as much about the technique, it's more about what's going on inside, and he called that inner game. So when we talk about outer game, that's the technique, how you do stuff technique wise. When we talk about the inner game, it's about what's going on inside. And he argues that performance is impacted very, very significantly by the inner game. And I think it's really easy to understand that if you're anxious, if you're not present, if you thinking a lot or thinking negatively, if you have like a lot of doubts about something, you're not gonna perform well. Well, maybe you had a situation when out of some kind of magic, maybe you woke up with the good leg, or the good way. You woke up and everything just flew, right? You were in a flow and your day went like this, and things were just going smoothly. And that's because you were relaxed, you were grounded, you were present. So you see, I'm saying here three words: relaxed, grounded, and present. And being present, being grounded is really relaxing into the present moment. Being aware and relax into the present moment. Okay? So instead of talking more about what presence and groundedness is, let's just go into the exercise, shall we? First of all, let's start with the breathing. Breathing is really good because it calms you down, it relaxes you, it also gets you into your body because you're focusing now on a physical process. So what I want you to do is first breathe out all the air. And breathe in through the nose, slowly, gently, naturally. And breathe in more. Fill up fully your lung, the bottom, the middle, and the top of your lung. And keep it for a while. Keep it, keep it, keep it, and sigh, let it go. Do another round. Inhale. Keep it, keep it, keep it, and let it go. Inhale again. Bottom of the lungs, the stomach, the middle, the top, just let it stretch, front, back. Keep it, keep it, keep it, and let it go. Just sigh. Now notice any sensation. Just breathe normally, relaxed way, regularly, normally. Notice any feeling and sensation. What do you notice? And don't do anything with it, just notice. Like you looking at the sky and the clouds come, stay, and pass. Certain sensations and feelings and thoughts will come, stay there, and pass. Just be present with it. Which means just be. Just be and just let those to be. Simple. Just be and let those to be. Let those to come. Let those to stay. Let those to go. Just be aware. Now you might become aware of some good feelings, good sensation, and good thoughts. Same. Let it in, let it stay, and let it go. You might be aware of bad feelings, bad sensations, and bad thoughts. That's fine. Just let them in, let them stay, and let them go. If it stays, let it stay. Just be aware of it. Just be with it. And let it be. And now just stay with me. Stay with me, be present. You might feel the air against your skin. You might feel your weight pushing against the ground. You might feel some inner sensations anywhere in your body. You might notice some feelings rising, staying and going, some energies moving, some bodily processes working in your body. You might notice some thoughts that I should do this or I should do that. This is really uncomfortable or anything like that. Just notice it's just a cloud. It's just a cloud. Let it be there. Now there is an amazing power in just being able to witness, being able to be present with whatever it is. Be with the perfect imperfection of this moment, or the imperfect perfection of this moment. Now this is the exercise, and I'm gonna explain you what we did, and you feel that the energy, the feeling is completely different now. We are in a completely different state of mind. We are really present. We know what we're doing. We know what's happening. We're not anxious about things. We are here in this moment, enjoying, not with a huge joy, but with the relaxation of being in this moment. And everyone can do this. Now let's talk about what we just did. We did a breathing first, and we did a mindfulness meditation. In certain occasions, you might just gonna use the breathing part of it. It will ground you down. What is that it does? It calms the autonomic nervous system by breathing, and especially breathing out longer than you inhale. The second thing that's gonna calm down your autonomic nervous system is the fact that you focusing something happening in the present moment. So you do two things. First, you do the breathing, which by having a long, calm belly breath and make the exhale nice, long, it calms down. Also, another thing that helps is that by fully stretching the lung, any stress kind of picked up by that, it's like when you stretch your body, it feels good. This is basically you stretch your respiratory system by that, and by exhaling longer, you signal to your brain to calm down. By going through a process, focusing your attention to that process, you still your mind. The second thing what we do, the second part, is when we were mindful about what's going on, we focus how the air touches our skin and how our weight pushing against the ground. That's something you can do to direct your attention to certain parts of your experience. You just relax into the moment, and whatever comes up, feelings, sensations, thoughts, remember, like a cloud on the sky, you welcome, you let it stay, and if it wants to pass, or when it wants to pass, you let it pass. The reason why this is so powerful, because when you are like this, you are not reactive. you're not reactive. You present with whatever is going on, and it doesn't control you, because the way our subconscious, our feelings and our habits drive us, make us do things, is that we're not aware of it and we reactive to them. So the way we act out addictions, for example, is that there is a trigger, an event or a sensation or something that is a trigger, which we built a neurological pathway of thinking and feeling about that trigger. We think and feel about that trigger. We feel, we have the emotions. Emotion is the energy in motion, so that motivates you. We feel the emotion and we act out. By being grounded, when you achieve a certain level of groundedness and present, for example, you can overcome addictions by noticing these things come up and noticing that these are nothing else but just thoughts and feelings and stories, and let them just come, stay. And if you do that, you're not pushing against it, because whatever you resist persists. So if you're not resisting it, it doesn't have to persist. You can just stay in that urge and welcome it, and you don't have to act it out. Now that gonna be certain level of being good with tension, certain level of being able to ground it. The other things we already described is that you're gonna be much more efficient and precise in whatever you do, because you can be present, and the anxiety level will be reduced. You will be able to manage stress much better, because when stress comes, you can just welcome it, you can let it stay, and you can do whatever you do. If I do a public speech, nerve is there, but I'm not stopped by the nerve anymore. I can find my feet, feel my weight pushing against the ground. I can feel my body. I can be here with the anxiety, being here with it, and I welcoming it, and I'm stepping forward and delivering my speech. The same was going on when I used to play in a band and a rock band, and we had gigs. And remember, I always felt this butterfly, and I knew in a different situation I might have interpreted that butterfly as anxiety, crippling fear. And it was anxiety, or it was a bodily sensation, but I didn't interpret the sensation as anxiety at that point. I interpreted it as this cool rock and roll excitement. And I welcomed it. And I got used to it, and after the first song, everything just clicked. You see, same thing going on in performance, is that we have this anxiety before we do it, and there is a huge power in being able to be with the anxiety. Just imagine what you could do if you could be with the anxiety and just do whatever you want to do. Practice this. If you want me to put up the meditation just clipped on its own, or a longer meditation, please write in the comment section that how or what format you would like that meditation to be. What did you like about this video? Also, tell me what you learned and what you would like to learn. Ask me questions, most importantly, because then I know more about you guys. I can help more you guys, and we can have a conversation, and I can answer some of your questions in these videos, and I can help you to be more grounded, be more present, be more happy, be more efficient, be more fulfilled. And it all comes from knowing yourself. Know thyself. It all comes from self-awareness. Once you have self-awareness, then you can expand that, and you can improve all areas of your life. Thank you for being here, and don't stop here. Hit the like, give me feedback, give a comment, hit the bell notification button so you get more of this information, and jump onto the next video. Let's continue growing together. See you soon.